Hey Bourbon family, Whiskey Phoenix coming to you today, representing my back-to-back World Championship LA Dodgers. They won the World Series last night. I was so stoked for that. So of course I'm going to have to get some new gear that says 2025 on it. But there was no way I wasn't going to represent them in this review today. And because my Dodgers, listen to me like I own the team, but whatever. And because my Dodgers won the World Series back to back, I am breaking out a bourbon that I hold on to for special occasions, and that is an Augusta 13-year pick from my good friend Brandon Spinner, Whiskey Weather. This was his barrel pick. So, yeah, unfortunately it's sold out, but, I mean, good for him that it's sold out. This comes in at 141.6 proof, so hazmat level. Cannot take this on an airplane with you. And it was bottled. I hate my dark room. It's got the barrel pick on here of 2577. Bottle number I got was 93. Again, this was hand selected by my good friend Brandon Whiskey Weather. So this is what I'm going to be reviewing today. Now this did come in at an MSRP of $250. The one thing that I love about Brandon when he does his barrel picks is he actually doesn't really do hardly any markup on them at all. He's very fair where that is concerned. He's not really, he just wants his, bourbon community to get their hands on it. I mean, but what product from Augusta isn't expensive? You know what I mean? I think maybe their 8-year might not be that bad, but I know this seems a little bit pricey coming in at 13 years. It being $250, you'd figure it'd be closer to aged over 20 years. But hey, this is Augusta, this is Buckner's. So, you get what you pay for. And of course, doing a little bit of research ahead of time, because I really don't know a lot about the different distilleries because I'm still so new to this. But I guess, and it kind of makes sense to me maybe why Augusta and Buckner's bourbons are so expensive, is I didn't realize that they don't do any like mass production. They just, use patience, precision, and I guess passion, so to speak. It says on their website that they believe that the finest bourbon comes from a single perfectly aged barrel, never blended, never diluted, never compromised. So each barrel is unique, shaped by time, temperature, and the natural aging process. And I'm guessing whatever rickhouse they decide to put it in as well. So I found that a little bit interesting, kind of answered my question as, why is it always so hard to, why is it always got to be so expensive, the Buckners and everything. The mash bill on this is coming in at 74% corn, 18% rye, and 74% corn, 18% rye, 8% malted barley. So you can see I've had a little of it. I think, honestly, this is my third, maybe fourth pour out of this. But I figured, hey, Dodgers winning the World Series, it's a good reason to break this one out. So let's get into this nose. And, I forgot about that. That was one of the things that impressed me the most when I first tried it. Is with it being a hazmat, I was completely expecting to be blown away on the nose by just massive amounts of ethanol, and it is not that at all. I mean, instead, it's almost kind of like a sweet nose. I'm getting some brown sugars, a little bit of vanilla, almost like a vanilla custard, some oak, and again, I said it was kind of sweet on the nose, so we'll call it sweet oak. And maybe just the slightest hint of chocolate. just can't tell if it's dark chocolate or milk chocolate. So we'll just say chocolate. All right. Now this is my first drink today, so I'm just going to get it over with. The fingers on this are really good. They're really taking their time coming down. This is, you know, I mean, they're slow moving down the side of this Glen. So it is very viscous, I would say. Okay, let's get this second taste. There's definitely a little bit of warmth. And I mean a little bit of warmth. You would think with this being at a hazmat level of 141, it would be like on fire. But you know, you do get a little bit of warmth because of the proof on this one. But I'm getting a lot of vanilla and cherry. And that hint of chocolate that's on the nose, it's kind of trying to sneak in there on the palate as well. But for me, more than anything, I really pick up like a vanilla, a little bit of cherry. Some of the oak is coming through. And like I said, the chocolate's trying to creep in there, but it's not. It's just the ever so slightest hint of chocolate. The mouthfeel on this, like I said, this is warm, not hot. Just for being a hazmat, the first time I tried it, I just expected it to be on fire. It was not. It's a nice warm, it's creamy. You can get the viscosity off of it that you see, you know, running down with the fingers. You know, there's some baking spices, some cinnamon, and then like that sweet like oak that you kind of get on the nose. It kind of hangs out there on the palate with you. You know, overall for me, I was just really impressed with it. It's the most expensive bottle of bourbon in my collection that I have to date. I've always, you know, tried to be fairly reserved and be like, hey, you know, I really don't want to spend more than, you know, 100, 120 on it. But, you know, I wanted to show my support to Whiskey Weather. Plus, I didn't want to have FOMO. I'm just going to be honest. So it's the most expensive bottle that I own to date at $250, but it is also by far one of my favorites that I have. This for sure is like, you know, a 9.9 out of 10. I mean, absolutely. It's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I think Brandon and the team did a really good job picking this out. You know, that's the other cool thing about Whiskey Weather is he'll take some of his Patreon members to go and do barrel picks with him. I'm hoping eventually that, you know, I get to go and do one with him as well. I would love to, you know, do barrel picks with people. I think it would just be, you know, I think that would be a whole vibe and just a great time. So, unfortunately, like I said at the beginning, you cannot get your hands on this one. It did not take long for it to sell out. He actually did 2 different picks. And I knew by listening to his live stream where he talked about them, that I was more interested in the 13-year number 2 than the number 1. They both were the same price. You know, there was really no difference. I'm pretty sure that the barrels are a little bit different if I remember right. But I knew just based on, you know, what I heard that I was probably going to be more interested in the barrel number 2. You know, thankfully for Brandon, like I said, they both sold out. So I was really happy for Brandon, aka Whiskey Weather, where that was concerned. And I was very lucky that I was able to get my hands on one of them. So sorry that, you know, It's not readily available out there for me to tell you guys to go and pick it up. But, you know, hey, lucky me, right? So, yeah, anyway, this is the review for today in celebration of my Dodgers being back-to-back World Series champions. First team to do it in 25 years. You'd have to go back to the Yankees in 2020 for there to be like back-to-back winners. So it's taken a while, but they finally did it. Don't get me wrong. I was afraid they were going to blow it there for a while. But, you know, they pulled through, you know, when it was clutch. I'll put the link to Augusta Distillery in the comments. I'm sure some of you seasoned veterans that may be watching my videos are very familiar with it, but, you know, I'm trying to cater not only to seasoned veterans, but some people that are new like I am. Also, don't forget the referral link in my bio for the Hang Light Gummies, and use the code KIM10 at checkout, and you will get 10% off your order. Again, I cannot talk them up enough. They're literally, since I've been using them, and I know that I've partaken a little too much, I have not had a hangover to date. I wake up a little bit tired, but you know, it's because I stayed up too late. So there you have it for this Sunday fun day, this Sunday NFL day as well. For me, the NFL is kind of taking second place to my Dodgers winning the World Series last night. So that's why I didn't start it off as I typically do. Please remember to always drink responsibly. Until next time, cheers. If you're a Dodgers fan like myself, celebrate today, and I'll see you in the next one.